everybody, Matt the Matt here. Hope you're doing well. This weekend we have a new Christmas movie out in the theaters called Red One. This stars Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Chris Evans, J.K. Simmons, Kieran Shipka, Bonnie Hunt. I was looking forward to this movie. I mean, it's a Christmas movie. We're in that Christmas time now. Even though we haven't even had Thanksgiving yet, but who cares about Thanksgiving? Apparently, in the South, they put up Christmas trees in October, some people. But I was looking forward to this. You have the director Jake Kasdan, who directed the last two Jumanji movies, which also starred The Rock. And he also did that little movie back in the early 2000s, Orange County, with Jack Black. And like I was looking forward to this. You got Chris Evans in here, who, there's literally an entire generation that doesn't know that Chris Evans started his career as more of a comedian, as a hotshot, as a playboy in a way. Like Not Another Teen Movie, the original Fantastic Four movies, where he played Johnny Storm, the hotshot playboy, being funny all the time. But then, once 2011 hit, when he got Captain America, Steve Rogers, he became the serious character. And for 10 years, people have been watching Chris Evans be serious. And a lot of people forgot. And there's a lot of people that don't even know. No, this guy can be funny as hell. He can play a great asshole. And we saw that in 2019 with the movie Knives Out. And now he's back again doing another comedy. And I was like, yes! I'm looking forward to seeing Chris Evans return to comedy. I loved him as Captain America. He ended up being one of my favorite actors to really prove himself in the role. Out of all the Avengers, like, you got Chris Evans to be Captain America? Not Another Teen Movie guy? Not to mention this guy was already in a comic book film as Johnny Storm? What? And he ended up proving to be one of the best in that ensemble. But let's get into it. Like I said, this is a Christmas movie. And you got J.K. Simmons himself as Santa Claus. Come on now. Positives. Chris Evans, like I said, he is like that lovable idiot asshole in this movie, and then like in his earlier roles, where you hate him, but then you like him at the same time. And here he's a beat down, a shitty father. He doesn't spend time with his kid. He's doing illegal stuff to make money. So he's not exactly the greatest dad of the year. He's on the naughty list. A level 4 naughty lister. But once again, Chris Evans has that comedic charm, that comedic timing, that just works perfectly. And I have to say, Chris Evans is in his 40s, right? It doesn't look like he has aged at all since the early 2000s. Him and Paul Rudd, I don't know what they're drinking, but they don't age at all. I think Chris Evans grows the beard out just to make him look older, but he hasn't aged in over 25 years. But I like his banter with The Rock. They have a great back and forth together. And then even their relationship as the movie goes along and how it builds throughout is really good. Moving on to The Rock. The Rock is The Rock. I mean, you can say, is he a great actor? Is he not a great actor? He has his own shtick, and he sticks with it. There's a lot of actors out there that once they find their shtick, they stick with it. The Rock is one of them. I mean, Mr. Turboman, I mean, Arnold, that's all people know him for. It's his own little shit. It's turbo time. I mean, I'm not sitting on your lap. Um, kid, what the hell are you doing on my roof? Put that cookie down. No! And, you can say he plays the same role every time. But, he's funny. He's also charming. He's the, Hulk. Muscular, like Arnold. So, I mean, and like that his banter with Chris Evans works. His relationship with Santa Claus and J.K. Simmons. I really liked that at the beginning. I wish he got more of that throughout the movie. He's very funny. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of, I don't want to say adult humor, but this is PG-13. That's why I don't understand why some critics are like, it's a family kids movie. Well, number one is PG-13, and there's language throughout the movie, and when we go see Krampus, which I'm going to get into, all him and his creatures and fellow monsters with him, they're scary. Like, a kid watching those scenes is going to have nightmares. So, I don't really call this a family kid movie. And like I said, some of that humor is more adult humor than kid humor. J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus is awesome. I wish we got more of him. We really only get him in the first act, in the first 15 minutes of the movie. I would love for them to do either a sequel, if this movie makes money, or a prequel, where we really see J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus, like a whole movie with him. I mean, he looked the part. Even with not having hair, just bald, the beard, and this is a muscular Santa. They really changed I'm going to get into that soon, the mythology in here, and the world building. But this is not a fat Santa. Eat, Papa, eat. Honey, I'm going there. Who ever heard of a skinny Santa? Muscular Santa. You got Prancer and Dancer over here. Who doesn't like J.K. Simmons? Ever since J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies, or that Tom Hanks movie, you brought your bitch to waffle it. This movie has a lot of world building, a lot of mythology that is explored, that is kind of like a new look at it, a creative new look at the mythology of Santa, of the North Pole, of the elves, of, like I said, Krampus, of even Kiernan Shipka. Actually, is the villain of the movie, which they don't show in any marketing, I don't know why. And even her, who she is, her character, and that mythology. I mean, there is a lot of, the way that Santa, goes from house to house, chimney to chimney. It is the world building in this movie is a lot. And even for a 2-hour movie, I was like, wow, they really created this world. You would think it's something we know, but they make it feel new and fresh. And this is an original script, an original story. So I love the world building here. And I hope maybe we'll get more of it down the road. Krampus. Krampus strong. I could watch a whole movie with Krampus easily. They can make a spin-off. It's the guy who plays Krampus is the guy from Game of Thrones. The guy in the redhead, big guy. He was also in one of the Fast and Furious movies. I think he actually fought The Rock in one of them. But I could watch a whole movie. His one-liners are so great, and the timing of them, perfect. And, he's a cool character. I can see a movie with Krampus and Santa. That would be really cool. This is really cool. Some of my negatives with this movie. I wish we got more J.K. Simmons. Like I said, we only get him in the first 15 minutes of the movie. And then we see him later in the third act or whatever. But I wanted more of Santa Claus, especially J.K. Simmons. I wish we got more development of the villain. Like I say, even though this is a 2-hour movie, I think it could have been a tiny bit shorter. I think more of the villain, because like I said, the marketing for this movie never shows the villain. Kiernan Shipka plays the villain in this movie, and you would never know it going into this film. So I wish we got, I mean, they give you the reason of what she's doing and why she's doing it, but I'm like, I wish we got a little bit more of her. I also want a little bit more of the father-son relationship between Chris Evans and his son in the movie. We get the surface level, deadbeat dad doesn't spend time with his son. But I'm like, can we get a little bit more here? The greatest Christmas movie ever? No. But is it a movie that I would, next year when Christmas comes back around, will I want to sit down and watch it again? Yes. Will I add it to my other Christmas movies that are over here? Yep. These are all Christmas movies over here. Yeah, why not? Add it to the collection. Would I love to hear that they're going to make another one? Red 2? Red 1? Red 2. Or a prequel with Santa and Krampus? Why not? So yeah, did you watch Red 1? Were you a fan of the movie? Or you're not looking forward to the movie? I would easily give this like a 4.4 out of 5. Like I said, I thought it was very entertaining, very enjoyable. But let me know in the comments below. Does this movie get, how many stockings does this get for you in your rating? For me, it's a 4.4 out of 5. Well, let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, Matt the Mac.